This is madness!
It sure is. Mad Max Fury Road. Now, Mad Max Fury Road is the 4th chapter in the Mad Max franchise. Yeah, it's actually a sequel. The movie was again written and directed by George Miller, who directed the last Mad Max movie like 30 years ago. The movie stars Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron, and Nicholas Hoult. Now, in Mad Max Fury Road, Mad Max is captured by these violent, crazy people that worship this one guy who looks like Captain America's The Winter Soldier on acid. I mean, yeah, look at this guy. He's insane. So due to a set of circumstances, Mad Max teams up with Charlize Theron's character, who tries to escort and protect a group of people and lead them to safety. And this causes instant chaos, destruction, and madness. Now I can tell you from the get-go, this movie is absolutely insane. But I mean that as a compliment. Everyone who goes to the theaters to see this film just wants to see a straight-up action flick. And guys, I can tell you from the get-go, this movie does not disappoint. Not one bit. Let's break the cast down. We got Tom Hardy as Mad Max, and he's really cool. He doesn't say a lot, and he sort of gets caught up in the middle of all of this without any intention to be involved with all this drama. He hardly speaks a word, and you see that he's a little bit crazy. He has these visions and post-traumatic stress going on. Yeah, he's a bit of a mess. But he's a vulnerable guy. This is what I loved about this movie. He reminded me a little bit of Indiana Jones. I mean, he gets pummeled, he gets captured. He's not this superhero guy that just takes out a machine gun and just kills everyone. No, he actually suffers, and you feel for him. You feel for every character in the movie because they are in actual danger. Nicholas Hoult plays this crazy guy that belongs to this cult. But his character is actually a little bit deeper than that. Because he is the one character where I can say, okay, this movie has some shades of gray. And now let's get right to it. Charlize Theron, in this movie, she is not only a badass, she is actually the main character. I absolutely mean that. This movie is called Mad Max Fury Road, but Mad Max is not the main character. Charlize Theron's character absolutely is. The movie is all about her motivation, her mission, and Mad Max assisting her. Did that confuse me a little bit? Yeah. Did I wish for Tom Hardy to have more screen time and more importance in the movie? I guess so. But I gotta admit, it worked for the movie. She was a fleshed out character, and she absolutely kicked ass. And now let's just talk about the action. After this movie opens, I mean, like the very first shot, chaos ensues. There's one craziness after another. Amazing stunts. And you can see that this movie actually has stunt work. There are practical effects, the actual explosions, and hand-to-hand combat sequences that are actually very well choreographed and filmed. They made use of a lot of wide shots so we can actually tell what's happening. And since the plot of the movie is pretty much escorting people to safety while being followed by evil people, there is constant excitement. Seriously, the adrenaline was like pumping through my veins. It was absolutely insane. After the first 15 or 20 minutes, when the movie cut to black for the very first time, the girl sitting next to me was all like, nice. And I had to agree, yeah, it was nice. Stylistically speaking, this movie is also pretty amazing because they play with colors a lot. You have this entire sequence that is a little bit in the dark and almost makes it look black and white, but it's not really black and white. The entire movie is very gritty, and the action is extremely violent. But you get sucked into this world. The entire film, to me, seemed like a rock concert, seriously. You have crazy stunts, like people jumping from car to car, while the others are still on their mission and on the run. Explosions from left and right. Crazy characters also. I mean, you have this one guy who plays a guitar that's also a flamethrower. You have a lot of people playing the drums, and it's all just insanity, but it's one of those things that just fits so well into this insane world that it didn't bother me at all. I actually loved it. There are only two gripes I have with the film. The first one I already mentioned. I wish that there was a little bit more to the character of Max. Because after all, this is his franchise. And he does seem like a supporting character. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tom Hardy does a terrific job and he's pretty much the anti-hero of the film. But the movie clearly focuses more on Charlize Theron's character. My biggest gripe, however, is the ending, because it just kind of happens. You have all these crazy and insane shenanigans on top of more crazy action sequences. And then when the movie reaches its finale, it's like, boom, over. And this is the point where I was like, really? I have to take points off of that. But all in all, I gotta say, this is one of the best action movies that I've seen probably in the last 6 or 7 years. Extremely well choreographed stuff, amazing stunt work, an amazing crazy world just to be sucked into, and overall entertainment value. Which is why I gotta say that Mad Max Fury Road gets the silver medal. Seriously guys, check this movie out, you will not regret it. If you're an action movie fan, this movie delivers on every level. I mean, on an action scale, this movie was better than The Avengers. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.